Pretty sure this Wednesday is sold out, but I'll have tickets for you today and tomorrow. So get this pair to join us on the Cleveland Funny Bus with Poundcake Wednesday night. Caller 10, good luck, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Studies show that listening to classical music can temporarily raise your IQ.
I feel pretty smart.
If you're looking for the opposite effect, just stay tuned.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Take my cues.
You are right.
I have to say, you're technically right, but no one agrees with you.
That's a story of my life. Technically right, nobody agrees with me. What can I do?
You get caught littering with anything, you're talking $500 fine and cleaning up a stretch of highway. Won't that be fun?
And see Mary out there in like the yellow vest, and I can't imagine that anybody ever gets caught littering on the highway though. Like because it's got to be.
How could you?
There's a cop right there when you throw an apple core out or whatever. I mean, so again, yes, technically true, but again, I'm just saying I abide by the signs that say "Leave no trace." I'm trying to be that guy, so I don't throw things that I'm finished with. Organic or inorganic. I go, done with this, out the window it goes. But that's just me. I don't know what to tell you. I got another $1,000 for you. Let's say you did get pinched for littering, right? You could spend that $500 and you'd have $500 left over, courtesy of the Buzzard bookie. So that next keyword here in about 4 or 5 minutes. There's going to be another key drop, by the way. Stansbury did one on Friday. There's another one coming this Friday from 5 to 7. I'm not sure who's going to be there. I don't know if Stansbury's going to be there. I don't know if Dieter's going to be there. But it's about 10 chances to get one of these keys for the Buzzard bike. We're giving away this custom Harley wrapped for the Buzzard, courtesy of Budweiser. Go to WMMS.com for the full details. But if you strike out with any of us during the week, there's a bunch of chances for you on site at the Happy Moose. If you go to the Happy Moose on Reynolds Road in Menor, that'll be this Friday from 5 to 7. I will have your Buzzard bike key today around 4:10, if that's of any interest to you. We have a lot of bureau chiefs in the great city of Tucson, Arizona. I have a nephew that lives in Tucson. He's an airline mechanic. And he's been in Tucson for a couple of years now. And the city of Tucson is offering people an opportunity to, the rise in like true crime podcasts. And everybody now is a junior detective because they listen to so many true crime podcasts. So the city of Tucson, the police department is looking for crime junkies, civilians that can help them solve crimes, people who are... their training consists of listening to a lot of other people talk about murder. There's actually a show on Peacock called Based on a True Story. Is anybody watching this? It's a half an hour of, it's Kaylee Cuoco, it's Chris Messina. It's a, I guess, dark comedy about a couple that starts a murder podcast. Because that, in this show, is the premise is that's their get-rich-quick scheme. Is starting a crime podcast, which is what a lot of people think that is I'll start a podcast, I'll get rich. It's why Bill got rich off the Bill Squire show. It's why Poundcake is very, very wealthy off of the Poundcake podcast.
See me after the show, because I'm going to ask you for money.
He's already trying to get $2,000. The only $2,000 I have, he's trying to steal it.
There you go. The Tucson Police Department is calling it a professional staff investigator. Sounds like one of those female body inspector T-shirts you see dudes wearing at the county fair.
Inspect my
Professional staff inspector, baby. You'd want that for your girl, of course. So they say it's an opportunity for civilians to fulfill their detective dreams. That's basically them going, we don't have a lot of people coming into the police academy anymore, so we're just asking people to help us do our jobs. Since police have been going to job fairs, one of the first questions people ask right out of the gate, this cop says, is, how do I sign up to be a detective? And this is what people think, because people don't really pay attention. People think, I'll just go do this job that I don't, they think, here's a job I like, I'll just go do that, rather than, Well, you'd have to go through the police academy, and then you'd have to be a beat cop for 3 or 4 years, and then you would test to be a detective, to be eligible. And then people just go, how do I become a detective? Like getting out of college and going, how do I become the CEO of the company? Well, there's a lot of things you've got to go through. And so I guess City of Tucson's like, listen,
If you want to be the CEO,
we could corral these dummies who think they're detectives and just put them to work out there. Maybe we can do something there.
and if you want to be a CEO, it's very important that you work really hard at being born into the right family.
That helps.
That helps
Boy, does that help.
tremendously.
That's 99%. You know how they say
And if you want to be
it's-
a detective, a good thing to do is when you get to the crime scene with your
Touch
partner.
everything.
No, touch nothing, but walk around and just say the S word for poop a bunch of times while you notice different things in the crime scene area. Learn that from a little show called.
I
what was
think
that
you should
show?
leave.
No, not that one.
Law and Order?
No, not that
Law
one.
Renata?
Not Law and Order.
The
Well,
Wire.
it would have to be
the
a show-
Baltimore one.
The Wire.
The Wire.
The Wire.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's the one scene I remember.
I was going to say it would have to be, I guess, a show with cursing in it, not a network show.
Maybe he got taken for a ride.
The Wire. Stringer Bell. Avon Barksdale. And Jimmy McNulty. All at loggerheads. So anyway, City of Tucson, and who knows, maybe this pilot program will spread out to the rest of the country. Hey, do you listen to a lot of crime podcasts? Mary reads all these murder books.
I finished another one this weekend.
She finds herself in the city of
Who did
Tucson,
it this
Arizona.
time?
She could walk right up and go, hey, listen, I am here to be a temporary professional staff investigator. And they say, oh, great. Do you have a CV? What are your qualifications? I read a lot of murder books.
A lot of figure mounts over here.
And based on what the Tucson police are saying, they go, step right up.
Who's the murderer this time?
Guess.
The boyfriend or the husband?
Husband. Here's what it is. Here's what it is.
Bill didn't even read the book, and he skipped right to the end. He knew exactly what you wasted all that time watching that book, reading that book, whatever you do to a book.
You watch the words.
You're
You do
sitting
have
there
to look at it.
reading that whole book, and Bill got to
Well,
the end of it.
I have a insufferable knack for reading almost the identical book back to back. So like Agatha Christie is obviously a classic. And she has the one called And Then There Were None.
Right.
Which is
Was that one a husband?
No, this is a classic figure mount. This is a good one. Like it's a bunch of people come to a
Is that a Miss
mansion.
Marple or a Hercule Poirot?
Neither of those.
Oh, I thought those are the two that were in all her books.
I don't remember either of those names. It could be. It was
Oh.
like 2 years ago that I read that book.
You haven't read like Murder on the Nile and those kinds of things?
I haven't read a lot of hers.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's like one by one people start dying and they're trying to figure out who it is, right? And then right before that, I had read a book by an author named Ruth Ware called One by One, and they were identical. So I read this book last week called Behind Closed Doors about a seemingly perfect marriage where the husband actually is super abusive and locks his wife in a room and doesn't feed her and stuff.
Oh.
And then this week, I read a book called The Housemaid, and it's like the same thing. Like the seemingly perfect husband ends up being a psychopath.
Right.
And I'm frustrated because I feel like I would have liked the book more had I not just read basically the same book.
But this is
last
also
week.
why you see seemingly nice men and go, that's a murderer.
100%. I see like well-dressed men who are polite and have money. I'm like, he probably beats his wife.
So then I Googled Agatha Christie, and Then There Were None. And it turns out that not only was this her best-selling book, it's been adapted as TV and film. I'll just read this as much as I can. I'm going to read this for you as written.
Okay.
And Then There Were None is a mystery novel by the English writer Agatha Christie, described by her as the most difficult of her books to write. It was first published in the UK by the Collins Crime Club on November the 6th, 1939, under its original title, 10 Little N-Words.
Whoa!
Excuse
That was the original title of And Then There Were None by
For
Agatha
real?
Christie. Go on Wikipedia and look at it. It's got the
Can't
book
be
cover.
real. That can't be
It's
real.
got the book cover. The 1939, that word was very, very real. And on the cover of books, it was subsequently released with the title And Then There Were None. The paper,
Oh my God!
Paperbacks used the title 10 Little Indians, which is still, by current standards,
We
still
just talked
problematic.
about that song.
Yeah. UK editions continue to use the original title until 1985.
Oh my goodness.
In the UK, the Agatha Christie book was still called 10 Little N-Words. And by the way, a hard R.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It's like jarring to see that.
Yes.
Like print. It's that people have that book.
But that wasn't like a thing in the 30s, you know? I
My
mean, in the
goodness.
UK, pretty wild. And that's the book that noted sex defender Mary Santora wanted to write.
Stop
She
it.
goes, I've never heard of And Then There Were None. Where's the original
Okay,
title?
come on.
That's why I'm reading this in the first place.
Well, so the book is based off of a poem. Was what it was supposed to be.
One
Like,
little, two little.
no. So it's like it's a I can't remember the poem, but it's basically where it starts with 10, and then each chapter, as someone dies, is another line of the poem
Gotcha.
about it starts with apparently 10 little words. I don't know if this says it was an old minstrel song,
Well, that would qualify, yeah.
but in the one I read, it was a poem about like birds and stuff.
Yeah.
So not the same.
Holy cow. Hey, I've got $1,000 to give to you here. It is a shot for you to grab some money from the Buzzard bookie. Listen closely. First day of this, another round, and plenty of chances for you to win, so I hope you do. Good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Grand. That's grand. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
Hey, who's this?
Hello, Bill.
What's up?
Hello, Bill.
Hi.
Do you know who this is, Bill?
I have no idea who this is.
Bill, it's been a long time. I haven't talked to you in a little bit.
Who are you? I don't know who you are.
Bill, it's you, Wilhelmina.
Oh.
Bill, you remember me?
I kind of remember you. You were the really big fan of Poundcake.
Oh, I'm really big. No, Bill, I see what you're doing, Bill.
It's just been so long, I can't remember
I know.
much about you or why you call.
I've been on a sabbatical, Bill.
For what?
A black sabbatical. That's what we call it, Bill.
Like Black Sabbath? Is that like a metal joke?
I don't know anything about that, but it's just been a long time, Bill.
Yes, it has.
I
All
want to
right.
poke my head in and say hello.
What's up? What's on your mind today,
I missed
Wilhelmina?
you all. I tuned in on Friday,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't hear you, Bill.
Now, I called in to do the get down for Alan's
What
birthday.
is that?
It's wow, you don't know what the get down is. It's the Friday
don't-
get down.
I mean, I haven't. Is it you? Because I only listen for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's like one of my signature moments on the show.
A signature moment, you say?
Yeah.
All right.
Where I yell and scream and say silly things
I like that, Bill.
to get the weekend started.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And then the weekend starts?
And then the weekend starts.
All right.
Officially.
I feel a little strange talking to you because it's been so long. I was worried you wouldn't remember me, and it doesn't sound
I remember you. I was just goofing around. Yeah, I'm still here. Are you okay? Are you crying?
I was, but I'm not anymore.
Oh, I'm so sorry that you
Because your
cried.
voices cheer me up, Bill.
Oh, I'm glad I can cheer you up. What's going on? How have you been? How are things?
I've been traveling a lot.
Where'd you travel to?
All over, Bill.
Like,
All over.
where was your favorite place that you traveled to?
Probably Kurdistan.
And where is? What was it?
Kurdistan.
That sounds different than what you said the first time.
It goes by many names. I was using its original name that the local people call it, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
But
And what does it say on Google Maps?
I don't know what that is, Bill. But I went for a little while on a charity outing. I lost my job.
Mhm.
I lost my boyfriend.
Oh no.
I think I lost my voice a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
I
You
feel
are very
good,
quiet.
Bill. That's okay. That's all right.
You lost your wait. You had a boyfriend?
I did.
What happened to him?
He got sent away. That's what he said, anyway.
He said he got sent away.
He said he got sent away.
Like, is he in armed forces?
No, he said he was incarcerated, Bill.
Oh.
And that he would never ever be able to see me again.
What's he incarcerated for?
I don't know. I can't find him on any of the records. I think maybe he was lying to me.
How long did you date him?
I dated him for 72 hours, Bill. He broke my heart, Bill.
Did he make you cry?
He made me... That's why I was calling you, because you always put a smile on my face.
So I see. You just call me when your boyfriend leaves you and you feel sad, so you're just like, oh, I guess I'll go back to Bill. Feeling kind of used here.
Kinda. Is that okay?
I guess so.
I just miss you, Bill.
All right, well.
But I gotta go. I gotta go find out Google Maps. Yes, Bill. I'll talk to you later, okay?
All right, bye-bye. Wilhelmina.
What are you
It's
gonna
been
do?
a long time.
Oh, what a long, long time. I wonder if she's reading. And then there were none at home. All right, I've got to take a break here. If you want to send a text for anything, 35192 is how you can get us there. And, of course, you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Buzzard Fest.
August 4th at Victory Park.
Buzzard Fest.
Featuring
Incubus. Bush. Live. Filter.
Tickets on sale now at WMMS.com.